Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a palette bingo and get ready with me, which is why I'm not wearing any eye makeup at the moment. I am gonna go through and randomize. I think I'm gonna go with 5 shades from all of the eyeshadows that I'm panning at the moment, which I have quite a lot of. I'm gonna see how it goes. If I get like really complicated colors, I might go with just 4, but I think I'm gonna go for 5. And yeah, I'm just gonna randomize 5 items and I need to use all of those 5 eyeshadows in an eyeshadow look, and that's basically gonna be this video. I haven't done a palette bingo or get ready with me or anything like that in a long time, but I just felt like doing something different and just do a palette bingo because I just want to kind of get re-inspired with all of the eyeshadows I'm panning, because I've been doing quite a lot of similar looks recently and I just been feeling a bit uninspired. I mentioned this recently in, I can't remember which video, but I mentioned this recently, and yeah, I just want to be re-inspired, which is why I want to do this video. But before I jump into randomizing my eyeshadows, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's just jump into the video. So I've written down all of the eyeshadows that I'm panning. I have excluded eyeshadows that I am panning but have hit my goal on. So for example, if I have an eyeshadow in a project that I haven't yet updated but I have hit my goal on it, I have excluded it from the list because I don't want to spoil anything showing it in this video. So I currently have 40 eyeshadows that I'm panning, but I'm also going to include the 10 eyeshadows that I have in my BYOP for this month. So I have a total of 50 eyeshadows to randomize between, but it's a lot of eyeshadows. I'm panning 40 eyeshadows at the moment, plus like I said, those ones in my BYOP. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what I get. I have a big mix of neutrals, colorful shades, and yeah, just different finishes, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna pull up my randomizer app and randomize some eyeshadows and see what I get. So I put in 1 to 50 in my randomizer and I'm gonna go ahead and pick the first shade, which is gonna be number 42. And 42 is from my BYOP and it's the shade Space Case from Terra Moons. So that is going to be the first eyeshadow, which is quite an exciting one. It's like a green shifting one, which I really like. So that's going to be, like I said, the first one. The second eyeshadow is going to be number 46, which should also be from my BYOP. It is. It's the shade Moontide, also from Terra Moons. That is a purple. So it's going to be interesting to see how I can work those two together. But yeah, that is going to be the second eyeshadow. Let's go ahead and pick the third one, which is going to be number 23. Which might be from my Product Level Up palette. Let's see what it is. It is from that. It's the shade Kogi, which I'm not quite sure what shade that is. So we're gonna have to see that when I get the palette. But yeah, I can't recall now. I know what shade that is. I think it's the red one. So we'll see how that goes. A very interesting color story so far. Let's go ahead and pick the fourth eyeshadow, which is going to be number 14, which should be from my Modern Renaissance palette. It is. It's the shade Warm Taupe. Again, a very interesting color story. So yeah, that is going to be the fourth one. Then the very final eyeshadow that I'm going to roll in is going to be number 43, which should also be from our BYOP. A lot of eyeshadows from there, and that is going to be my NYX Hot Pink. So yeah, those are the eyeshadows that I'm going to work on. We have my Terra Moons single in Space Case and Moontide. We have the shade from Magic Mini palette in the shade Kogi. We have Warm Taupe from Modern Renaissance. And then lastly we have my NYX Hot Pink single. So I'm going to go ahead and get those, swatch them out and show you what my color story is. So I'm back and I have my palettes here. We have my Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. We have my BYOP and my Magic Mini palette, which is my Product Level Up palette. This is my Panda palette. I don't know if I said that. But the first shade we got, which is from my Modern Renaissance palette, is the shade Warm Taupe. I'm not going to show you this palette because I don't want to spoil anything for my update, which will actually, I think, be my... So my next video or the video after that? I think it's the video after that, but it's going to be up in next week, so I don't want to spoil anything because it's going to be very, very soon. But Warm Taupe is like a cool toned brown, as you can see, and that's the first shade. Next up we have the eyeshadow that comes from my Magic Mini palette, which is the shade Kogi. Kogi is the... I'm going to show you this because I don't have too much progress since my last update for my Product Level Up, and I'm not going to spoil much because I still have a week and a half I think left of this as well. So anyway, the shade that I rolled in is Kogi, which is this red shade right here, which is going to be very interesting. Yeah, it's this red matte. And that is a very bright shade, as you can see, so that is going to be the second eyeshadow. The remaining three eyeshadows are all from my BYOP, which is quite nice because I haven't reached for this palette too much yet this month. I've reached for a few shades a couple of times. Some I reached for quite a lot, but actually I think two of the shades that I rolled in I haven't yet used this month. But the shades that I rolled in is Space Case right here from Terra Moons, then we have Moontide again from Terra Moons, and then lastly NYX Hot Pink. It's just a deep color shade and it doesn't have a name, but those are the three shades that I rolled in, so let me go ahead and swatch those out as well. And there you have those three eyeshadows swatched out on my hand. These three are such a beautiful kind of springtime color story, so I think these are going to be fun to play with. And there you have my full color story. We have Space Case, Moontide, and then the Hot Pink. So yeah, that is going to be my color story. Very interesting. I'm going to have to sit and figure out what I want to do with these. I was worried about getting these two shimmers together because this one is green and this one is purple, but the good thing is this one has like a bluish purple shift to it. You're not going to be able to pick it up on camera, but I can definitely pick it up. And this one has a slight kind of green shift to it in certain lightings. It's like a blue to green to almost like a orange almost shift. You can see it there, but yeah, it's beautiful. Obviously the base color is very purple though, but yeah, I think I can still merge these two together. This one goes very well with this. I don't know how I'm gonna figure out to get this red in, and then this shade here is just like the only neutral. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with these, and once I figure that out, I will be right back and I will start my eye look. So I'm back and I zoomed in a bit so you can easily see the kind of what's going on when I do my eyes. I'm gonna put my hair back with these clips just to get it out of the way, and I will start my eye look. So before I do anything else, I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids. I am using the Lovelies base, which is really not my favorite, but it is the one I'm panning at the moment, and it's like the only kind of primer that I have at the moment, so that's what I'm using, and I'm just going to put that on my eyelids. I'm using the shade, I think it's Rumor or O2, is it? It's just like a skin toned color. I'm not gonna use a white base today because I'm actually going out after this, so although I'm gonna have quite a colorful look, I want to tone it down a little bit, so I'm just putting on this and I'm gonna just blend it out quickly before I start my eye look. So I have a prime base now, and I'm thinking what I want to start with. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the red color in my crease and then blend out with the pink one. Or do I want to do the other way around? No, I'm gonna do it that way. So I'm gonna start by using Cassie, which is this red right here, in my crease, and take it from there. I don't mind if it goes on my lids too much because I'm gonna cover it up anyway with like the shimmers, but I'm just gonna focus this kind of like on my outer corner and like in my lower crease. And I just realized I don't really have a super deep nut shade, so I think this is going to be like my outer corner shade as well. And like I said, I'm going to also incorporate the pink, but I was thinking about blending in this out with the pink, but I think I might put pink towards like the center, or like the inner part of my lid, and focus the red on the outer part. These Juvia's Place mattes are so hardly pressed, like there's zero kick up coming up from them, at least this shade. It's like such a difficult shade, not to work with, but to make progress in. Like I've used it a couple times now and like you can't even tell. But I mean, you can still see it's this pigment. I don't think they perform as well as they used to. This palette is relatively old. I think I've had it since 2018, so yeah, it's definitely getting older. But I think I'm pretty happy with that now, so I'm gonna stop there. And I know I look completely crazy, but I'm just like packing on the color first and then move into the next one. So next up we're gonna take like a more of a kind of smaller detailed brush, and I'm gonna pick up that pink shade, which is the NYX Hot Pink, and I'm gonna focus that kind of more onto like closer to my lid kind of thing, or like in the lid I guess, and just blend these two shades together. I'm also going to use this shade a little bit to just blend out the edges, like the leftover of this shade, to blend out the edges of that red. And it's going to look something like that. Still looks pretty crazy, but I hope it's all gonna come together in the end. And just to tame everything down a little bit, I'm just gonna put like a cream shade and blend the edges just to make sure that it doesn't get too crazy. So after blending out, I'm just gonna build up this red a tiny bit so it doesn't get lost. And I'm just gonna go back and forth a bit between the two colors, just making sure it's all blended and that, yeah, it just like looks okay. I'm having a little bit of patchiness right here. My camera actually overheated and I had to take a break, and I think my primer settled a bit, but yeah, I'm just gonna blend this a bit more, and then once I have this at a state where I would like it, I'm gonna go back and start with the shimmers. So before I move into the shimmers, I actually remember that we still have to use Warm Taupe, which is the shade here. I am still wondering how to fit this in, but I think the best way to do it is to put this on my outer corner, both to tone down that red a bit and also to kind of pull it in with this like more cool tone purple. We'll see how it goes. I'm unsure about this decision, but it's like the only way I can think of to incorporate this shade, apart from maybe as a liner, but I think it's not really dark enough for that. And as a lower lash line color, I don't really use that too often, so I think this is going to be the best option to go for. And as you can see, it's like really not deepening anything up. It's kind of even muting down the red a bit, or like making it not as deep, but it is kind of working, and I can keep like the color in my crease, so I think that kind of works. I mean, like I said, it's the best way I can think of to incorporate that kind of cool tone neutral shade. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pack this on, blend it in with the red, and then I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, move on to the shimmers. Okay, to be honest guys, I'm not too mad about that. I actually quite like that more neutral kind of outer corner with a bright crease. I'm not sure how it's going to go with that purple though, because the purple is quite deep and it might even be deep with that outer corner shade. But if it is, I'm going to have to reassess. But I think what I'm going to do is put Moontide majority all over my lid, and on like the inner maybe third of my lid as well as my inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and put that shade Space Case. So that's going to be my game plan. Before I move into the shimmer, so I'm going to put some glitter glue on my lids just to make sure that they pop, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply them. And the glitter primer that I'm using is my glitter glue from Too Faced. It's very old, but it still works fine, so I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my lids. So I have my glitter glue on. I'm going to take like a packing, it's kind of fluffy brush. I like this for my under shadows because it's a bit more fluffy, so it picks up the shimmers a bit better, or like the glitters. But I'm going to put it up Moontide, which like I said is that purple shade, and I'm going to start packing this all over my lid. So with that shade, we did kind of run into the issue that I thought I might, which is that the other corner shade is actually lighter than the lid shade, which is something that I don't really like. And I don't really have any super deep shade. Like the deepest shade is the shimmer, so I might have to pull in something else just to like deepen out the outer corner a tiny bit, at least like a smudge it a little bit just to deepen that up. So I just have to decide what shade that will be. I think I might just take Cypress Umber from my Panda palette, which is like a deep brown, and just like pack that slightly bit on the outer corner just to deepen it up. Not too much to completely cover that Warm Taupe shade, but just close to the lash line just to deepen it up a bit. Not sure about this look. It's not turning out exactly how I thought. Like I really liked it, but the shimmers aren't completely going with the look. But yeah, I think that's the best I'm gonna go. I think I might even put the shimmer a bit further out just to bring that depth out, and then I think after that I'm gonna move into the green shimmer on my inner part of my lid. So I just cleaned off that brush, and I'm gonna take Space Case, which is that green shimmer, on the same brush because, like I said, I like these a lot for the shimmers, and I'm just gonna put this in my inner half of my lid as well as on my inner corner, but I'm gonna use a different brush for that. And I'm just like overlapping the green and the purple a bit just to somewhat blend them together. And I think that is pretty good. Again, looking a tiny bit crazy, I love the shimmer and the lid itself, like even with the neutral brown out the corner. I'm not sure how well the crease goes with this look. I might put a little bit of warm taupe just again in the outer corner, blending it up to like that reddish color, because I just don't love how vibrant that is compared to the lid. So I'm just gonna blend that up a little bit to tone down that crease a tiny bit. And doing that, I love it a lot better. I just feel like it goes better together. Still not my absolute favorite look, but I think once I put mascara and lashes on, it's gonna come together more. It's definitely not the most wearable look though, because I said I was going out after this. It's gonna be a bit of a crazy look. And also, like, this color story was like, oh, it's so spring, but it's actually turning out a bit more, I don't know if it's autumnal to me. Like, obviously the green and the purple together is very spring, but then the warm, like the very reddish crease and that brownish out corner gives a bit of smokiness that just is a bit more autumnal to me. Don't know why, but like I said, I'm going to finish off the look. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run whatever is left on my kind of blending brush just on the outer corner of my lower lash line. I'm going to put the green on my inner corner and put mascara, lashes on, and I will be right back. So here we have the finished look. I quite like it now. I mean, it's very kind of out there for real life. And like I said, I'm going out after this, so I think what I'm going to do just before I head out is just like put something else in my crease. Like, I'm just gonna top or whatever I have with something else just to tone it down a bit. But other than that, I really like it. I love the green and the purple together. I love the green on the inner corner. And yeah, overall I'm really happy. I wouldn't have thought to pair the two shimmers together, but I really love how they look together. And like I said, the only thing that I'm not completely sold on is the crease, but I got some complicated or like some difficult colors to incorporate, especially with the other shades that I got. So overall I'm happy with the look. And yeah, with that I'm gonna wrap up this video. Let me know what you think of my final look down below, and let me know if you would have done something different with these colors, like how you would have paired them if you had a palette bingo with these. And other than that, I really hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys. Yeah, turned out okay, I guess.